All right, here we go. Not going to sound depressed this time. I'm trying to do this video a few times now. So I started YouTubing because I like making people laugh. And personally, I wasn't really a fan of life for myself, but I loved making other people enjoy life and not be miserable. And if you were having a bad day, I like to try and get you out of that funk. And I think a big part of that is because I was usually living in a funk. So, you know, I started doing this YouTubing thing. I wanted to do it since like 2016. And then I kind of fell, you know, I've always been, I guess, a depressed person. I'm going to be making a video in July. I'm going to be 6 years clean. And, you know, they say don't, you know, count your chickens before they hatch and all this and that. But I know I'm good. I've been tested many times before. So I'm way over that life. And so that's besides the point. So I started the whole YouTubing thing looking to make other people laugh. And I did the last video that I made was this Dax one. And I feel like some people were kind of lost as to why I was doing that. And the message with that one was, you know, he has, you know, the rapper Dax has a bigger message than just repeating his name over and over again. Or just stating the fact that he started from, you know, the bottom being a janitor and made himself something. I always felt like I had a purpose in life. And in 2016, I thought that purpose was for me to be a dad. And then it turned out to be, you know, maybe that wasn't so much the case. So, you know, then I really lost my purpose in life. And so basically, you know, with the YouTubing thing is, it makes me happy, you know, like just making the videos itself. I didn't realize how happy, you know, I was making the videos. I was looking at the analytics. I really wanted to see the numbers going up, views and all this and that. I love seeing, you know, thumbs up and, you know, positive feedback. But you know, you're not always going to get positive feedback, and that's fine. You know, you have to be able to take criticism. Everybody, you know, has their own opinions and all this and that. But really, like, I make those videos not for the ones that, you know, send it the thumbs down. I send it for the ones with the crying face because, you know, it was very nice to me when somebody reached out and said, I was having a bad day and I watched some of your videos and, you know, it made me smile, it made me laugh. You know, like, I really was touched by that because that's what I was looking to do. Recently, you know, I'm going through some stuff personally right now, and that's why I haven't really been cranking out videos like I was. And it got me thinking, though, like what it is that I really want out of this YouTubing thing. And I already got what I wanted, which was, like, I just enjoy making these things. Like, I don't know what you call them, if you call them, you know, just YouTube clips or little mini videos, whatever the hell they are. But, like, this is, all right, look, this one word. Wait, I gotta find it here. Please hold. I got all this shit. Oh, I shouldn't have cursed. I'm trying not to curse too, so I'm gonna have to take that out. But this one word, and it's a simple word, but something like this used to make me just stop whatever I was doing. And it just made me, you know, it would make me erase everything. I would have just stopped YouTubing and just deleted it, pretending like I never even did it. But just this. And I pushed through the feeling of like I was just wasting my time. It was just stupid. You know, like, that's just how I felt. Like, what am I really doing? But then I pushed through and I started making the skit videos that I did. That was after I saw that lame stuff. I did that how to cook video. For some reason, I used that as fire to fuel my flame instead of just, you know, believing that what I was doing was lame. Because to me, it wasn't lame. And even if it is stupid and all that, like, I'm having a good time doing that stupid stuff. That's who I am. You know, so, like, the purpose in all this, like, somebody asked me, like, what's the theme of your YouTube? Like, you're all over the place. You do this, you do that. And the reason why I'm all over the place is because you should just do whatever you want. You know, if one day you want to do sand pouring, do that. If the next day you want to play a video game, do that. If the next day you want to go to the park, go for a hike or something like that, whatever it is that you want to do, you know, just do it. If you want to be a ballerina, if I wanted to wear a tutu, I would twirl and try and twirl better than any of the girls around, okay? So, like, that's the whole purpose. It's just that, you know, I turned that what do you call it? That Dax hair that I had. It took me and my mom 4.5 hours. That was straight hair. We took straight hair and she braided it because I have no idea what I'm doing with braiding. She braided it and I went around with the straight hair, wrapped it around, and then we twisted it, fired it up with a lighter, and then we pressed it and we made it, look like dreadlocks or as close as possible. And then I got the hair dye. I tried to dye the blue tips and red tips, but the hair dye wasn't really sticking, so I had to try spray paint. And the spray paint I didn't really care for. So then I had to do white spray paint and then the blue and the red. So, maybe some people also felt like I did that it's Dax thing too many times. But it's just like, just the hair alone took 4.5 hours. So if I wanted to do 5 hours of his Dax, that's how, you know what I mean? Like, that's the amount of effort. You just saw just a little bit. And speaking on that too, just because you see people doing things on the camera and they look comfortable, I'm really not comfortable with the camera. And, if I was asked to be taking a selfie, I'll take probably like 10 to send you one selfie. So maybe I might look like I'm comfortable doing this, but I'm really not. Taking this video, it took me a few days, and I was driving around, trying to find like a couple of spots. And I don't know. And finally, I just decided I'm just going to go ahead and do this stuff, and here it is. So I have to double check and make sure I'm not all over the place because I feel like I might be. But I was never appreciative of life. I used to use drugs. I shot heroin for a while in my life. And I'm going on 6 years clean, July 10th this year. And so I wanted to make a little video, saying thank you to the ones that were involved with, I overdosed. My brother, ended up going to Dairy Queen. He had them call the ambulance in Hudson, and they revived me with Narcan, and I was able to come to after twice of the Narcan stuff. So like I thanked them. I wrote a card for for the fire department, and my mom got them flowers, so I gave them both of those for showing appreciation, but. It was just to let them know that they did, the job that they signed up for, and I'm happy that they did, but I didn't appreciate, life. And I just wanted them to know that a normal person would appreciate that. So that's why, I went through and my mom suggested doing that, let's go out and get them a card and a flower, and I was okay with that because they deserve more than that. But I just, deep down inside, I just didn't appreciate life. I was still using, and it took me a little while, and I'll get into that later on in life, but it took me a little while, but going on 6 years clean now. So I was never a fan of life, and that was even after the whole stopping using drugs. The whole reason for using drugs, like, when you look at people using drugs or alcohol, you should see them as like they have a gun to their head. Maybe they want to make sure that you can have a closed casket or something like that so they don't blow their brains out. Or maybe, like I'm like claustrophobic, so I really don't want to choke and hang myself to death. So like overdosing was a way that I was okay with going. And, so really something must be going on upstairs. It's not like they're loving life and they're bored and that's why they're using drugs. So the main reason for my videos is the fact that I just want to show people, if you want to start YouTubing, do it. If you got a basic phone or whatever and that's all you got, start with that. I'm still working on some more, so that's probably going to be my next video. I was going to do this whole thing as a skit and all that, but it's a serious topic to me because of the fact that I feel like a lot of people that hurt inside and they just bottle it up. They take to other people's stuff and they just laugh about it like I do, but really, you're like crying on the inside. So what I also did was, like I mentioned, I'm not a psychiatrist or a shrink or anything like that, and I'm not trying to play to be. But my thing about those professions, I guess, is I just feel like, you're paying or they're getting paid to listen to you. So do they actually care? And I'm sure there are a lot that do care, but I'm also sure that there are a few that just, has it for a job for whatever reason. So what I did was I created an email. And it's for people that, I don't know if you ever feel like how I did, that like there's nobody that wants to listen to you or that nobody actually cares. I do care, even though I don't know everybody in the world, but I care about everybody's life, and I don't want anybody ever feeling the way I do and did, and that's why I look to, do stupid things to make people laugh. Like in the parking lot, I'm juggling with a hard hat on. You know what I mean? Like, but in the car at least. I'm not like walking around. But either way, what I'm saying though is, like I do stupid things maybe, but that's because I like to see other people laughing, and you know what, maybe it is at my expense, but that makes me feel good about myself, that maybe you were having a rough day or maybe something's bothering you, and I took your mind off of that for a few minutes. So the email is my first initial last name, F as in Frank, Kenyon, Kenyon, the number 6 at outlook.com. So it's fkenyon6 at outlook.com. And it's not to try and cure anybody or give you like real life advice or anything like that. But it's just for people that, if you want to talk and just you feel alone or something like that, you could reach out. What do you call it? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say too to that. That's a shame. My mind kind of goes, I try and follow one straight path, but it bebops around a little bit. Oh, okay. What I wanted to say was I'm kind of bad with the whole email checking thing. So if it does take me a little while, don't take it as disrespect or anything. I don't know if anybody's going to put this to use or not. If they do, then, just give me some time. I'm not going to be like neglecting anybody or anything like that. Every email that I get or anybody that reaches out, I would love to talk to you. So, because I'm currently going through some stuff myself, and it's nice. All we have, I feel like, is each other. You know what I mean? We could build all the robots we want in the world and all that, but that's not going to show us what we really need. So I'm just trying to be decent in this life, and I would like to, instead of trying to wait for my purpose, I would like to make my own purpose. I felt like a nobody all my life, and I feel like I am a somebody, even if I have to make myself that somebody. So that's why I'm doing what I do, and I hope you all take care.